Yeah, she's definitely. The vet last summer told us she was more.
Why flip this around? Aren't we all?
I know. I'm like, she's happy.
I was just gonna step in, but you got it.
Are we live? Yeah, we are live. Okay. All right, guys.
All right.
Let's do this.
All right.
Where's my job? Do I have one?
Well,
Can I just
you
see
can text
audio?
Bruce Mitchell and tell him.
Friends with Riders Live.
You can record with this.
Oh, dude, I'll break out
Darrell.
my VHS tapes. I'll show you
Darrell.
some shit.
Zoom up. Oh, sorry for anybody listening.
Everybody's live but me.
I'm gonna put it on my boob.
All right. Guys, if the audio sounds all right on this camera, give me a thumbs up.
Darrell, you're gonna be on right over here.
Are you watching? You guys
I'm on
watching live?
seat
I'm
3.
gonna be in the middle.
Are you?
No,
No, I mean,
I'm not live. No, I'll go on Facebook for the show. No.
Check 1,
We
2.
can go on my iPad.
Can you see me? Can I see
yeah,
me?
you're in the frame.
I'm in
Good.
a frame.
Maybe.
You're framed.
I'm
Check
framed.
mine, Kurt. Make sure we're good.
I've been framed. Billy beer. Oh my god.
Remember that?
This really is. You really got it. You are.
Look at Magic 8 going here. All right, guys, we're live on the Friends of Ryder page. Gen X and chillin'.
I know. I think I went straight to Ryder. We're on live on the Ryder page.
All right, we're good.
Thanks for showing up, Darrell.
Thank you for having me.
The trek from Syracuse to the frozen tundra, and he's here.
I was not.
This is special for me because I got my mentor, my best friend, and my local scene best friend.
That's it.
I'm a rose between two thorns right now.
You
Welcome,
are.
everybody.
So we're here to get to know you.
Yes.
And everybody in the area knows Darrell from 3-Inch Fury and now Ryder.
That's
I
correct.
thought it was 6-inch.
I have never in my life completed a Rubik's Cube.
Oh,
So
my God.
there's the first piece of trivia.
I did once in school, but I peeled all the
Peeled off
stickers
the
out.
stickers, yeah.
That's the only way to do it.
I was too lazy to even do that.
So let's get right to the skinny of it, and let's talk about a young Darrell back in high school. So when somebody walked past your house where you grew up, what songs were they hearing coming out of your bedroom window?
Ooh.
What albums were you listening to back then?
How far back you going?
Let's go 15 years old.
15 years old. All right. That's 86. 1986, Poison. The entire Talk Dirty to Me album. Number One Bad Boy was a fantastic song off that album. Cry Tough is the first song. First track, first side. There was cassette tapes. Do you have any cassette tapes?
I do.
We're going to have to get some cassette tapes. All right. So, that, Poison, Tesla, Cinderella, just anything 80s hair, Faster Pussycat, all that just took over my life right there. In 86, that's when everything kind of blew up in my head.
Is that when you started realizing you wanted to sing and play music?
It was, I remember, I think it was 104 Kane Road in Solvay. I was spending the night at my cousin's house. And I've told it before, but 104 Kane Road, Solvay, stop by. It doesn't exist anymore. It's gone. Nothing. The house has been demolished. But that is where I first saw. I was spending the night at my cousin's house. For whatever, I was sleeping on the couch, and I saw Talk Dirty to Me, the video.
What is that?
That was it. Whatever that is, that's what I want to do. Whatever that is, that's what I want to do.
And we talked about this earlier, the poison green.
Yeah.
That's what you call that. Their use of bright neon colors just pop. That video, I remember watching that video. It was on heavy rotation on MTV. They had so much fun making that video. And you're like, I want to do that for a living. That is what I want to do.
Yeah.
It was amazing. That video was killer.
That popped in my brain, and I've never looked back.
That was all over MTV too.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I remember Every Rose Has Its Thorn. No, Something to Believe In. Something to Believe In, that video.
Sure. Absolutely.
First time I saw that video when he got to the part where he's talking about his friend that died.
Yeah. Yeah.
In the hotel room there. Oh my God. When he literally teared up when he was making that video. And I got emotional. And I fell in love with Bret Michaels that day.
He's not a good human being. He's a great human being.
We've met him a couple times. He's a really good guy.
He takes the time to hang out with the fans.
Yeah.
And he doesn't have the ego.
No, and he could have a huge ego.
Yeah, he could.
And he doesn't.
But he just
Very
sits there all
down to earth.
nonchalant talking to the fans, and it's like, they're connected in family,
It's the only place I really, when I go to a Poison show, and hopefully they'll come back around. But man, it's just it's an amazing time. Yes, seeing Brett by himself is wonderful. He still puts on the same awesome show, but seeing Poison live.
What is my favorite Poison song?
Fallen Angel.
You got that.
Did you catch Poison on the stadium tour with?
I did.
Yeah,
I did.
where in Buffalo?
Where I saw it, I think it was in. Oh my God, I gotta think. Down in Pennsylvania, Hershey Park.
Yeah, that was just before the Buffalo show.
Absolutely tremendous.
CC DeVille looks amazing, doesn't he now?
Yeah, that's it. Just seeing Brett is one thing. Seeing Poison as a band, as a unit, is what it was. But seeing and listen, I love if you ever get a chance to listen to CC DeVille talk.
Oh yeah,
He's got that Brooklyn accent.
Oh yeah, he's wicked, and he went through a lot of shit too. When Poison split up, he went and he got off drugs. He got heavy. He got fat.
Yeah.
And then he got his shit back together. Now he looks lean and mean.
Yeah.
And he sounds even better than before.
He's got a kid, and the kid's I think he's a drummer, and he's got a band, and I think the kid, him having a kid, helped to bring him back, and he's doing wonderful. And I love. We lived through Steve Vai and Vito Bratta.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God. Who else? Steve Vai. You have Nuno Betancourt. All these virtuosos of guitar, especially that era, that type of guitar playing. But CC DeVille, for me, just screams. It makes sense in my head.
Well,
Everything he does. I love his stuff. Sorry, I love his stuff on the album. But watching him live and listening to him live is so much even better.
He has his own signature tone. His guitar tone, you know it. One note, you know it's CC DeVille.
Yeah.
I mean, all the greats have that.
Yeah. Well, that's it's a Cherry Pie. Cherry Pie, the solo was performed by CC DeVille.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah. So when you hear that, you could hear that.
You can hear that tone.
Is it? No. Is it Cherry Pie?
It's not. It's
wait
not.
A second. Who was the Sam Kinnison's video?
Wild Thing.
Wild Thing. CC DeVille plays the solo on that. But yeah, just even mentioning Sam Kinison, that's Gen X. That's 80s.
Dude, that guy was the biggest music fan on the planet, and he wanted to be a rock star. And those fucking guys gave him that opportunity. Pardon my language.
Motley Crue.
Oh my God, they just embraced him.
Yeah. Oh, he was part of that. He was part of that culture. He was part of what we did. You had Andrew Dice Clay, Eddie Murphy, Richard Pryor.
Eddie still got it.
Back before you could be offended by every little thing.
We're not being offended today.
No.
Whatever we say, we are Gen X. That's what
I've had. This, Darrell?
That's what I've had. That's what I've had on my default picture all week.
So who's your not guitar hero, but your musical hero, like the person that you hold on a pedestal?
I never asked you that.
Who would you be starstruck to meet is what I'm asking you.
I've met him. I'm going to say Butch Walker. I don't know if you know who Butch Walker is. Butch Walker is a singer-songwriter. He was in the 80s hair band called South Gang, and they had a hit. They were around for a little while. They caught fire for a little bit, and then he was in a band called Marvelous 3 in the 90s, and they had a hit, and it didn't work out. And so he's been singing and songwriting for tons of other artists, tons of songs that you would absolutely know. Look him up, Butch Walker. What I would recommend is looking him up on YouTube or any video platform. Type in Butch Walker plus live and enjoy. He's a phenomenal guy. That and Janie Lane, obviously, and to get to meet Janie briefly, very briefly, twice, and one in particular, which
I want to talk to you about this.
Yeah.
We touched on this earlier. We're going to talk about this. This is an amazing story, and Heather and I had the opportunity to be there and watch this happen. Scribe Town Inn over in Mexico, north of here. Great White was playing, and Janie Lane was stepping in for Jack Russell, and he did a phenomenal job. By the way. Of course. So we were super excited about that collaboration because it was an odd collaboration for me for some reason. I don't know why, but we went, and 3 Inch Fury, Darrell's band before RYDHER, was in the bar playing after, and we went in to get a beer, and I looked to the left, and Janie Lane is singing with this dude right here. I couldn't even believe what I was looking at, and I could see it in your eyes. I mean, was he gracious? I mean, you guys sang together so well. He gave you your props and your dues.
I know, it's crazy.
Yeah.
That's the crazy part. Garrett and I, my best friend and bass player, we've always loved Janie Lane. He doesn't get the due he deserves. If you listen to those songs, especially, thank you, Garrett, for making me listen to the Dirty Rotten Filthy Stinging Rich was awesome. Garrett sat me down. He's like, "No, you need to listen to Dog Eat Dog," which is the album afterwards. After I think it's the second. I don't know, but listen to Dog Eat Dog. But anyhow, his songwriting and his lyrics were phenomenal and still are, and just a great guy. Obviously, he went through his hard times. Also.
He was damaged.
He was damaged. Hopefully, we find out more at some point and we get some closure. But he still went out and put on an amazing show every time, all the time, and he lived it. That's part of my DI writer persona is absolutely Janie Lane. Mm-hmm. Is I take that and Brett and Ted Poley and all these other guys and fuse Mike Tramp and fuse all those guys into.
They are rock stars. That's their lifestyle. They don't know how to live any other way.
No,
I mean that is what they are.
Yeah,
and that's what makes them so effing phenomenal.
And they're human beings, and they were good human beings, and they are still, the ones that are still with us are good human beings. It's hard for a bad person to translate over to people. I think you get that. That's what I missed the most was that energy exchange between the crowd and myself and the band. But going back to Janie, thank you to Scribe Town Inn and those guys for having us out there and open for so many shows. But Janie was amazing and singing for Great White that night, and
he crushed it.
He crushed it. You can look it up on YouTube. There's
there.
Type in Great White plus Janie Lane. Does that mean? That's probably what it means. Can you just?
Darrell, you got this date open?
Yeah, silence. Kill it. I don't know.
We need you for this date.
I don't know who that is. Sorry. Kill it.
He's in the middle of an interview.
Thank you. I thought I put it on silent. I apologize. I did. I'm not good with technology. I'm not good. I'm Gen X.
How did he sound on stage when you were standing next to him? Just without you had him through a PA or a monitor. He could have
sounded horrible, and I still would have loved every minute.
Did he sound great though?
He sounded great.
I mean, you guys are right next to each other.
Oh, that's so. Three Inch Fury opened up for them, and opened up for Great White. So we had a great set. Then they come around in a car. They put the band in a car and they bring the band around, and those guys get up. Great White gets up there, does their thing, phenomenal. In the meantime, we have to go because we're gonna play inside the venue. After they're done, everybody can come inside, and we're gonna play a couple hours more. So thanks to my guys in 3 Inch Fury for always being cool and doing that, because anybody could say, we've done too much. These guys just wanted to do it, and they did it. So we were setting up inside Scribe Town Inn, and we're getting ready for them. So the Great White finishes, we start. So maybe a quarter of the way or halfway through our set. I know they were upstairs. Great White and Janie Lane are upstairs signing autographs, taking pictures. Mm-hmm. We're down there working, doing what we do.
Making money.
The owner came next. He came over and he goes, "Janie wants to know if he can sing with you guys."
No.
No, he can't.
No
right,
way.
Darrell?
I don't. God bless it. I mean, that's the humbleness.
Mm-hmm.
That's the humbleness that Janie had.
It's his love of
He
music.
could have just showed up and just ripped the mic
Got
out
his
of my
paycheck,
hand.
and that was it. You know.
And I would have been like, "Oh my God, that's awesome! Thank you for ripping the mic out of my hand, and you do what you do." But he must have heard what we were doing, and I promise you, I've looked everywhere on the internet to see if anybody can find it. That's cool. Hopefully you don't. But I've looked as hard as I can to see if he's ever jumped on stage with another band, and I've never found it. I've never found that he jumped on stage. So this may be a one and done for him. It may have been just, I don't know. Everything for a reason.
Were you flying high for days after
I'm
that?
still flying high.
I know when I brought it up to you earlier out here, you totally just lit right up.
I can't help it.
That's got to be a highlight.
It's
of
one
your
of the
career,
most.
right?
It's not just my career, but I'm not a rock star. I'm just an office manager that likes to sing.
Dude,
really,
I know you're a humble guy,
Yep.
but you're one of the most successful musicians in the area.
I don't know about all
No,
that.
That is true.
the best musicians in the area want to play with you and
Yes.
have you sing for them. So that speaks effing volumes. You're one of my favorite vocalists of
Really?
all. Yeah.
I don't know.
I'm not even joking around. You can ask my wife.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you. That's
you're
crazy.
amazing, man. I'm a fan.
Thank you, man. You never treat me now.
I treat you too good.
I love you.
By the way, guys, do you see what's coming back?
Bringing it back.
We are.
Do you see what's coming back?
I did mention it the other night.
He's growing it back one more
I
time.
talked to Work. Work's cool with it, and everybody else in my life's cool with it. We're gonna. I think right now it's gonna go through this shitty, awkward phase for a while. But if I can grow it back out for one last run, I'm gonna grow it back out for one last run.
It's going to be kick ass. You had the locks,
Yeah,
man.
yeah, I did. I enjoyed.
I'm gonna grow mine out.
We're gonna shoot pool with this
You got
later.
a little bit more than usual right there, so.
I'll have the Hulk Hogan look.
I will grow it, and when I do locks of love, I will give
Fuck
it
you, Kurt.
lots of chilling.
Yes, lots of chill. By the way, Chillin' Mania. Look at the superstars even wearing my shirt. Hell yeah.
Thank you for those kind of words.
Yes, and he's gonna.
I sometimes I forget, and I just love to sing. I've sang all my life.
How old were you when you did your first gig, like out in front of people?
That's it. For some reason, and I used to sing in the car. I would sing in my parents' automobile. And automobile.
You sang on the way here, I bet.
Huh?
Did you sing on the way
I
here?
did not get a chance to. I was talking on the phone,
Right.
but I was automobile. What movie is that from? Automobile.
It's 16 Candles.
Yes, hell
Lake,
yeah.
Big Lake.
Yes, thank you. Gen X. So that's what I was going for. I'm so happy you called it.
Long Duck Dong.
Yes. So that was cool. It was I used to sing, and word must have got around that I sang because one guy came to my door, and I was probably 16, 17, and a guy came to my door and asked, he goes, "I've got this girl, I like her, I want her to like me, can I pay you to sing to her?"
Oh.
and
His name was Kurt Kirkland.
That's the ultimate. That is the ultimate wingman move right there, dude. If I can help you get laid, I'm gonna sing for you.
Yes.
It's freaking awesome.
Yeah, so he I don't know how much he paid me, maybe $10.
How much did you pay him, Kurt?
Right? So I went over.
I have to be me.
There was a what do they call it? They had local fairs or the carnivals.
Field days.
Field days.
Field
There's a field days at Fowler High School.
Oh.
I was in the inner city. So,
Skunk City.
Skunk City.
Yes.
Absolutely. So I went over and a cappella sang a Sabotage. I think it was, or maybe a song by Thunder. And I don't remember the name of the song, but it was like a ballad. It was a power ballad, and I sang it right. There was a carnival game. It was a game, and he was like, "That's her right there." And I was like, "All right." I said, so and so would like me to sing a song for you from him to you.
That's freaking
And
awesome. You ended up taking her home, didn't you?
She ended up liking me.
Yes!
Oh man!
What? That guy made the worst move. Why?
I did not move on it. I said, thank you very much. No.
She put a rock star in front of this.
I felt so terrible about that because I hope it worked out. I don't know if it did, but I hope it worked out.
Did he play a guitar or anything at least, or you just sang for her and said that's for me?
What?
So he just had you sing? He wasn't playing a guitar?
No, it was just me a cappella out there,
dummy.
raw, just sitting. And by the way, that was the first time I ever got paid. Now, the New York State Fair used to have a thing called Popsicle, and you could do karaoke, and they would record the karaoke. This is back in 1984, 83, 84.
That's way back there.
Well, maybe. No, it had to be 86, 87. Huh? I don't know. That whole time limit gets a little blurry. But it was, they would record you, and they would give you a cassette tape of your performance. And it was taped to what do I call it where you put it in your mouth? Don't say that.
Why do you assume that I'm going to say something?
Because I know you.
By the way, Elvis got started like this at Sun Records. He made a record for his
A demo.
Yes. But anyhow, so
Look at that segue.
I used to sing like Heaven by Bryan Adams and Summer '69, and they would put you on stage. But you had to stand on stage in front of people and sing your karaoke in front of people, and then they'd give you that. So I used to do that a lot. I love singing.
Did you ever take a vocal lesson or anything, or you just self-taught, or just natural?
I tried to sound like every other singer.
I bet you could be in a band.
That's how it happened too.
But the thing with your voice, Darrell, it's unique, and you encapsulate that '80s sound.
Well, that is Ted Poley, Janie.
It's all that and rapping. Yes,
it's all that. I always tried. Who's the back in the '80s, maybe or '70s? The guy who sounded like everybody. He could do. I'm sorry. He used to be on like Tonight Show with Johnny Carson and all this stuff. But I used to try and sing like, so I would like, I thought I was singing dead like those other guys, but I guess I was developing my own voice in the meantime. So
you definitely developed a style and a tone. Yeah, you're unique. Your
There's
voice.
a guy, when you hear, like for me, Kip Moore. I don't know if you know Kip Moore. Kip Moore's a country guy. Those guys, Bon Jovi, for me, Butch Walker and stuff like that. When I hear those voices, it sounds so good. And people were like, "Well, we like your voice," and I'm like, "Yeah, but I'm not singing like them. Those are good voices." They're like, "Yeah, your voice is good too." So it's hard for me to hear that, but I'm very appreciative and lucky because people could throw stuff at me and go. The minute I start singing, they could. Because I hear that from a lot of people all the time. Like, I can't sing. And I'm like, hey, you can. I think it's just maybe getting past the nervousness of singing that I think most people can't get past that nerves.
Stepping in front of a crowd for most people.
I guess you have to have an ego of some type.
You have to. It's a different personality to be able to walk out on stage.
When me and Kurt first formed Gen X podcast and we went to Rome Capitol Theater, and we were introducing.
Yes,
we were fucking scared
Pretty
to
Boy
death.
Floyd and Trickster.
We were scared to death. But
thank
as soon
you, Jen.
as
Jen got me a pic. Jen got me a shirt.
As soon as me and Kurt stepped on stage, it was all gone. You just got to take a step on stage, and now he's hosting all the time.
He's killing it.
He's killing it.
Are you enjoying doing this?
I love it. And I learned something. What was the name of the band we just saw? Journey. It was the cover band.
Infinity.
No.
Foreign Journey.
Foreign Journey.
Oh, yes.
They do Foreign Journeys.
Yeah.
But that place was packed, the lower level, and I found out that night that the more people, the more relaxed I am.
Yep. Okay.
I don't know why, but it was packed. And
is it less to focus on?
I think so. It's such a massive.
Yeah.
It's such a massive thing. I think that but it's being on stage is just addictive, and it's a certain personality.
You ain't kidding.
Do you still get nervous before shows?
I get nervous that nobody's going to show up. I get nervous because I know it's a business, and I know we're supposed to be there, and I know the bar is depending on us to bring people in, and they've got to pay us, and they've got to make money. That my nervousness comes from, holy crap! I hope the bar makes money that night, so that when they pay us, that I don't feel like I robbed them.
Mm-hmm.
I've always felt like that, and I still feel like that. So I want, but as far as people showing up, I literally don't care if it's 5 people or 5,000 or less or more. I've played for nobody. I've played for nobody. 3 inch Area, one time we played in a backyard party, and nobody was there. Nobody. The people that hired us had other stuff to do. So we just played. We just played, and we've played for 10,000. It's the same. I guess it's the same because I don't know what kind of ego it is, but I love singing and I love performing.
You love the attention. There's no doubt about it.
Yeah. He said it out loud.
Yeah.
I probably do like
Yeah,
that.
I'm the same. I have the same personality.
I hate people that start a podcast because they like it.
I guess it is. Maybe that's the hardest part for me to admit is liking the attention.
There's nothing wrong with that, man. That's what makes you a great performer.
Yes,
It really is.
That's probably the hardest part. Is I don't like admitting that, but that's probably part of it. Yeah.
Well, you command the crowd too. I mean, you're definitely the master of ceremonies when you're on that stage.
I like that. I don't know why I like that, but I like that. I got lucky.
Yeah.
I got lucky where it's fun. I'm 50-something years old, and I still get to have fun. And I still get to have fun with my friends. And
He's 48, he's lying.
So if I get a chance to do that, and then we were talking about earlier, Josh, my guitar player, he went out and got a guitar stand for his acoustic guitar. And so he's, I know everybody takes a break. I hate taking a break. I'm sorry for every musician that ever played with us that I like just continually playing. So Josh learned real quick. He learned 2 acoustic songs, When the Children Cry by White Lion, which you never really want to do live. Nobody ever does live because it's kind of a downer song. But it's a real song. And he learned that one and Never Say Goodbye. So we played those. He learned those real quick and got those. And so from now on, hopefully we'll, when Ryder takes a break, I'm going to stay right there. I'm going to hang out with people and take pictures, do whatever. And then when he comes back up, then we'll.
You don't like taking breaks. You said that earlier.
That's the attention.
Yeah.
That's the attention.
Why would you want to leave this glory of a stage? I always think, like, in my life, when I die, if there's an afterlife, which I pray there is,
right,
that it's going to be a forever music festival of different genres.
I like the way you think.
Yeah, and that.
Can I still continue to chill?
Yes.
You are always chilling.
But the music is the greatest medium because when people go to shows, they're all there for one common reason.
Agreed.
We're all together for this one thing. We all agree on it. We all love it. And we forget about life for a while.
My fingers
That's
are
what it's
cramping.
It's right. It's what we did talk earlier, and it's just music. Just it makes everything better. Yes. I mean, even if all hell's breaking loose, if you can get lost in it for a little while and just enjoy, and that is an amazing time because no matter what's going on in your life and your world. It's kind of like going to a movie, to be honest. If I can go to a movie and I get lost in the movie, if the movie's good enough that it can take you out of thinking and just being and embracing what they're showing you, that's what we're doing. All we're doing is playing the same music that I've sang since 80 something, but it's the feeling and it's the exchange and you're having fun. We're having fun. Who cares what's going on?
That's right. That's why it's so special.
I still do. Even when I look down at the set list, we try and change the set list, and thank God, we're trying to.
Do you write a new set list every night? You switch everything up every night?
Yeah, we try and rotate it.
What's it like to have a set list now? Because 16 years you didn't.
Yes, 3 inch.
And how often did I'm sure it might have happened. I don't know. when they start a song back in the 3-inch Fury days, and maybe you played the wrong song. When the song started, did you ever like? Oh, I thought it was that song. Did that ever happen?
I don't know.
Yeah.
But it would always it still makes me smile.
Yeah.
It's that music. Maybe I sound old. If I sound old, I'm sorry, but I don't care.
You're on Gen X.
I don't care. We're Gen X.
Your ass is old.
We are the honey badgers of the generation. We don't give a fuck. We were, what they say, we were 30 when we were 12, and we're 30 when
we definitely grew up fast.
We grew up fast, and we had to stay, but we stay young.
Did you jump the sketchy ramps with the bikes?
Yeah.
I sang soprano for like a year.
I did see kids in not in my backyard, but the yard behind us. I saw kids sledding yesterday.
Oh.
That's nice.
And it made me so happy. I
You
know
don't see
I
that
know
much.
people are sick
No.
of snow up here. We're in the magical location that we're at, because there's a lot of snow up here. I'll tell you what.
What a difference.
You come up north a little bit, and there's that much snow. And but I saw kids sledding, no parents. It was just like 4 kids,
Tell me they
2
were having
sleds,
fun.
and they were laughing and having fun, and that took me back to Gen X. That took me back to me sledding down Burnett Park Hill. Yes. For me, it was Burnett Park, Westcott Reservoir.
We had a place called the Trussell in Oneida, and they had this drop at least 6 foot.
I might have seen this.
Yeah,
You're gonna show me where that is. I think
I will tour you around Oneida. It should take 4 seconds.
I saw your little church. The little church.
The little Mason's Pond church.
Smallest church in the country, right?
I've seen that one.
Don't mind all the green scum and everything.
Listen.
But anyway, I was sledding down the hill, and what a nightmare on your tailbone. So you were 12 years old back then, so you couldn't wait to run up and do it again. I was destroying myself.
We shook it off.
Yeah.
Instead of laying there crying, and I'm not going to bash on any other generations, I was saying, we took the bumps and we just kept going.
Yeah.
We were tough.
We
and it was
still
a
are
day
tough.
like today where it's not that bad out. I come home, I was drenched in sweat.
Yeah.
Sick as a dog the next day.
I hope there's I hope there's a Gen X.
You were my best friend.
Gen X 2.0 at some point.
Yeah.
I hope we get to see it someday.
Yeah.
And I spent a lot. This is a good thing. I spent a lot of time with kids. I do a lot of announcing for high school, so I watch a lot of that. So I get to see what these kids are up to and what they're listening to. And but boy, I'll tell you what, you go back to and listen to our stuff, because I do all the music during timeouts and stuff like that. Our music was extremely suggestive. We masked it really well, but sometimes when I'm playing some of these songs, even like It's Tricky by Run DMC, and you listen to, I play it and I'm like, oh my god, okay, maybe I shouldn't be playing that song, because
I don't think the kids even pay attention
they don't,
to the lyrics
they don't.
like that. No.
I think the parents have a good time. Here's what I do for the kids. I play what they want to hear while they're warming up, and then the timeouts and the half times and quarters. That's our time. That's our time. That's still our time. So.
Well, the music back in the 80s, it was all sexually driven. It was about chicks and
yes.
partying, love, breakups. Everything we were going through, we just related to it. It was amazing.
I don't know why that doesn't happen anymore. It's we had John Hughes. Right,
He made the best movies that we grew up with.
Yeah, Spielberg. We had all. I mean,
the Goonies.
I love that. I saw the Goonies a couple weeks ago on the big screen. To my son, it's the first time he ever got a chance to see Goonies. I should have forced my kids to sit down and watch some of those movies. I didn't. So he came up and we watched that with my sister and her husband and nephews. We went to Regal Cinemas and watched there.
Yeah.
So. I don't know. The movies were great. The music was great. The damn freaking games were great.
I love you, Chunk.
Such a. Go ahead.
Gotta promote.
Keep talking for a second.
Yeah.
I'll be right back.
Shirt change. Yep.
Wardrobe change.
Yep, wardrobe change. Kurt, how do you think this is going?
Good.
All right. I'm not saying a lot because Kurt wants to get to know Darrell. Darrell's been on my show 312 times.
I can still hear you. Oh, listen.
You want to show Darrell how sexy you were back in the day?
Yeah, I'm going to show
He
him.
wants to see it.
Don't fall in love.
All right. Oh, yes. There you go.
A young Kurt.
Look at what he's wearing.
Wow.
What's that look like
That
to
is
you?
Miami Vice all the way right there. That is phenomenal.
We would have hung out in school back in the day, I guarantee.
Could I see? Oh my God. That's a class of 88. And you were, wait.
I was 12.
He's a child.
You were class of...
I would have been 94, yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
He was still sperm.
I've had all I
Look
can take
at
of your
that.
shit today. I hope KC wins.
Look at
And the
that.
only way they're going to win is
Can
if
we
they
show
cheat.
it? Can we show that? I don't know.
Yeah,
I
I can.
can't zoom in. That is phenomenal. Like the stash.
The mustache.
That's a caterpillar that died on his sweat.
It looks fantastic. Look at this sweater. I mean, just this whole page.
Yeah. Dude, I snaked some chicks with that stash.
Screams what we lived. You know, the hairstyles.
He said he wore that suit coat all the time.
I love it.
Why would you not?
Shit, yeah, until I ruined it riding a three-wheeler and all
What
that.
was his name? Oh my
Don
God.
Johnson.
Yeah,
what was
Miami
his
Vice.
name on Miami Vice? What was his name?
Crockett.
Crockett.
Yes. Crockett in the
Tubbs
house.
was the other guy. Tubbs, yep.
I didn't know. I'm just sperm.
Dude, listen, I still live in the 80s. That's part of my downfall. Yep, we're good.
I don't know. I just feel good. Just action.
If Kurt had a phone back then, if that was invented,
I have a bunch of VHS tapes with my band and all the shenanigans we used to do back in the day.
Evil
I
Knievel.
got to digitize all that stuff. I
Tell
totally
me
could
you didn't
embarrass
have one of these
myself
with
and
the
a lot
fish.
of people because we had a lot of fun. We used to make music videos, horror films, all that shit. And
if you had that, you know,
I have
you could do
stacks of tape.
so much stuff.
if we had these cameras back then,
Yeah.
I might be in jail.
Yes, that is where I look at kids like Matt Sampier and Ian. There's Ian. Those kids are. I've been in one of their music videos.
Ian Brown, right?
Ian Brown's
Yep.
video, and did some of that stuff. And Matt Sampier put out a Halloween movie this past year, and
What's the big guy's name that was in Three Large Men with you were in one of his videos.
yeah, Wayne Johnson.
Wayne,
Wayne.
yes.
I shot that video and the other video this very same weekend.
Yeah,
Let's do it.
No, yeah.
Oh, it's like this. Why in a cornfield,
Wayne.
Darrell?
Yes.
Why in a cornfield?
Why not in a cornfield? 2 words. Why not? I guess maybe that sums up some part of our generation. Is why not? Why not?
Why not?
Just do it.
Have fun.
Shout out to WWJ.
You know, life's serious enough. If you can have fun when you can.
You don't know when the last day is.
We're on borrowed time.
So for the people that didn't make it this far, thinking of them, and for the people that are still here and doing it, just have. I think that's what I miss the most of everyday life is just that mentality of just do it, have fun,
Amen.
have fun, just go, just give it a shot. What's the worst? Worse things could happen, but if the worst thing that can happen to you is not that bad, then do it. Have fun. Try it.
That's what life should be. And I think life drags you down, could beat you down. And people lose I call it your muchness inside, the fun inside.
Okay.
Don't lose that. That inner child's got to stay alive. That's why I try to keep that alive in me. Because that's what keeps you going.
Yeah. I see her when you throw on that wig. I think when you put on the wig, it really you embody that.
That's my persona. I go into character. Yeah.
Right.
That's
right.
Bert.
Yes.
But it's so much fun. I do it because it's fun.
It
Just
is
like
fun.
you sing when you.
Yeah.
This is what I wanted to ask you too. Back in the day when you were going out watching bands, I'm talking back in the late '80s, mid to late '80s. The bands that were playing out, like my favorite bands. I'm going to give you a couple examples, like Red Hush. Remember Red Hush?
Yeah.
Those guys.
Yeah, I got their cassette tape.
Dude,
It's a cassette tape.
friggin', we used to party with those guys like a bastard. And Four Large Men. That's what it was, not Three Large Men.
Yeah. Ron.
All Coleman's in Rome. I don't know if you ever used to go there.
No, I've never even been there, but I know. I didn't make my way down that way until 3 Inch Fury made a good push into that area. Thank you to all our Utica, Mohawk Valley friends. But so I'm sorry. Go ahead, Coleman,
like Foles Beach House and all those places back in the day. What were your favorite? The local bands that you used to go watch back then. Who were they?
I think there was of course, New Rain. We're friends with Dave King and Mike Ryan and Sean Salerno and Mike Merrifield from Four Large.
Shout out to Monster.
Monster. And there's a band called Irony. There's a band called East Wall. Tempter, local band Fuco's, Nick Fuco. Shout out to Fuco. Those, and I think when I was coming up, oh my God, I'm just trying to think. I like that you're pushing my memory.
Yeah,
because usually I don't
pick your brain.
Yeah, there was a lot of bands. Maryland's Chamber was Lee from Under the Gun. That was his band at the time. Was Maryland's Chamber. Just so many. I came out after I started getting into the scene after I graduated, and the fire at Albino's had already happened. So when I got in, a lot of the bands were already devastated because everybody lost all their equipment in that fire. So I didn't know anything about it. I got into a band with Brian Hurry and Kevin Brennan and Jamie Leiter, myself, called Overdrive. And that was my.
What year was that? Because I think I almost remember that.
That had to have been 89.
Yeah, I do remember Overdrive.
90.
Yep, I do remember that.
Remember Backseat Romeo?
No.
They're out there. But then it was Celis, and Chris Veith, and Sean Dunn, and myself.
That lasted for like a cup of coffee, didn't it?
What am I missing there? Chris Veith, Sean Dunn, Garrett Nod, obviously. That's why because it was obvious. So that was Zealous, and then Backseat Romeo. Backseat Romeo got some traction. We put out 2 albums. Well, we put out 1 album. We did 2 albums, but we put out an album.
Who produced your album?
Bob Aquaviva.
Yeah, he's the best.
Yes. Yeah, he was a lot of fun to work with. Still, you learn so much just being around.
Everybody knows Bob Aquaviva
Yes.
through the music land, man. That guy he did Red Hush's all their albums.
Yeah.
He's just a great producer.
If you were going to do it, the guy that you wanted to do it.
That's the dude to go to, for sure. Yeah.
So he has a lot. He tremendous, so smart, and such a fun time. Making albums was fun. He would make you do it over and over and over again because he wanted to hear what he wanted to hear. It was having a producer. You could bring in your stuff, but he was going to produce it. And that's what a producer does.
Makes you sound better.
Makes you sound better because he can see what you want, but then anybody with an ear, going back to Butch Walker, anybody with an ear can make whatever you're bringing in better.
He's an amazing musician too.
Yes.
So he can talk the talk and walk the walk.
Yeah.
And he actually does. That guy's.
Is it Mere Mortals? I think.
Mere Mortals.
Yes.
Yeah, that was another band. Like at Coleman's. Coleman's was a joint, man, right in Rome.
Yeah.
3 bands, $5 to get in. All the draft old Milwaukee you could drink.
Yeah.
That was the joint back when you were 19, 20 years old.
Yeah.
What's better than that?
Yeah. For us, I think it was Lost Horizon.
Yeah.
I didn't get to see too many bands come through there. I was still, I don't know why. I went to Catholic school, kindergarten through 8th. So I wasn't really into it yet. But once it popped. But I saw Enough's Enough, which I love Enough's Enough. That's another 80s hair band that a little off to the side, like Pretty Boy Floyd.
Who was singing for him at that time?
It was still Donnie V. Donnie V, and it was fun. It was the first band I ever saw, and I saw they brought him out on stage. It was dark, and they brought him out with the flashlights out, to lead off the tour bus. And I'm like, oh my God, this is awesome, and it's still awesome. It's still awesome. I love going from off stage onto on stage.
Mm-hmm.
Is still. It was I don't know, maybe it's still, you watch Elvis doing it, and you watch all these, do it. It's still a thrill to walk on stage, and it's still a thrill to walk off stage, and everything on stage is the thrill. That's it. That's the drug. That's the drug.
Yeah.
That's that. I don't know. I just got lucky. I just got lucky that I like singing songs that allow me to do that.
It doesn't hurt that you're surrounded by amazing musicians.
I've been very lucky.
Upstate New York is full of monster musicians. And I know really killer musicians that don't even play out. They just play for themselves. You know what I mean? They don't play out.
What is it about this area?
I have no
and I got
idea.
the privilege of knowing a good chunk of you guys.
Yeah.
A lot of you were friends of mine, and that's cool.
When you go to other places and other people leave this area and they go to different areas and they tell us how it never fails. Even there's a huge, obviously in Nashville, but I still feel it if you took 3-inch or RYDHER or so you took any band around here and went down to Nashville, even if it's covers, we'd be killing it.
Oh yeah,
we'd be killing it. And I do watch other stuff, but a lot of people that move away, they message me back like, "Oh my, you have no idea how good you have it there compared to where we're at." And you would think that wherever they move to, a big place would have an amazing. I don't know. Maybe it's in the water. I don't know.
Maybe.
Something about this area has amazing musicians, and that I'm very lucky to call my friends and hang out with and be around. I'll say Dave King. One time, one of my best friends, she said, "Do you understand you're in a band with Dave King?" I go, "Yeah, it's Dave." She goes, "Yeah, but it's Dave King." And I'm like, "Yeah, it's Dave." And they're like, she goes, "No, it's Dave King. He's amazing." And I'm like,
You forgot the F.
I was like, yeah. I'm like, yeah. I was like, yeah, he is. I'm like, but all the other, I'm like, I should probably message and just say that you're amazing. I love you. And I'm so lucky to be in a band with everybody that
I've never met him. I'm gonna though.
You might have to. He's quiet, but you might be able to get him on. You might be able to get him on.
No, I wouldn't.
He's been all over the world and done amazing. I like my little circle. People ask me, "Aren't you done? Well, don't you wish you would have made it?" I'm like, made it?
Was that ever a goal for you?
No, not really. Even when we were putting out an album for Backseat Romeo, I didn't really care. I don't. Again, I'm an office manager that likes to sing.
But listen, dude, you've lived a life as far as like opening up for John Waite, right?
No,
who was it? Lou Graham. We were trying to talk about. It was at Balloon Fest. It was the year it was raining.
It's under all that hair. Come on, Darrell.
Listen, because it rained off and on that day, and I messaged you on Facebook. I said, "Is it raining there?" And you said it just cleared up.
Was it down in Utica?
Where was Balloon Fest?
That was Jamesville.
Yes.
Night Ranger.
But I mean,
who else? I have had the privilege of opening for almost all my heroes.
Do you ever get starstruck like any of these guys
Sure.
that you met?
I'm just a fan.
But who were you starstruck by?
All of them.
Really?
The DR persona is what I love to. It's a suit that I love to put on. It's like an Iron Man suit, and I feel so amazing doing that. But come off stage, and I absolutely. I'm trying to think of anybody we don't have to talk about it, but the Marie Osmond thing. I mean,
she wants to talk about.
How did that happen? How did that develop?
It was all set up. It was all it wasn't.
You were there with your.
It wasn't set
but weren't you there with your mother?
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw the video.
If it was set up, I would have worn different clothes.
I mean, did you totally shit your pants?
I was too shocked to be scared. I was too shocked to be scared. I'll try and make this a short story, which I never do. No. First of all, always listen to your mom. Mom, I'm sorry, you were right. I should have listened to you. I had tickets to Donnie and Marie. I wasn't sure if I was going to go or not. And I called my mom, and she said she would like to go. So I go home. She was already ready to go, and I was still dressed in my work clothes. And I'm like, I said, I'm going to go inside, put on something comfortable. She said, no, you look great. Just wear what you're. No, I'll be right back. And put a pair of jeans. I wish I would have listened to my mom. So then we just went, and we were lucky enough to be like fourth or fifth row. And now that I think about it, I think it was almost all women that were in front of me. So as part of the shtick that they do at these shows, she turns up the house lights. It's just Marie. So she turns up the house lights, and it's something that they do all the time. So she comes over, and I think I had this hat on with it's a Live Lucky Go figure, right? Live Lucky. It's a Live Lucky hat, and I think it had an orange clover on it. So I think I was the first guy that she saw.
Mm-hmm.
So she looked over, she saw me, started talking to me, and it was awesome. Okay, there you go.
That's what
Starstruck.
yes.
There you go. Probably
she's a huge icon.
Right. She's known worldwide. Okay,
Massive.
A person of Gen X childhood.
Yes,
you know,
we grew up with her.
Yeah, I'm getting chills. Here we go. This is when it gets chilly. So she talks to me, and then she says, "Okay, you know, nice meeting you, nice talking to you," and then she walks away. I'm like, "Oh my god, that's amazing! Just talked to Marie Osmond." So she's talking from the stage down to me in the audience. Okay. So now she goes to the other side of the stage left, and she starts talking to another guy. Pretty much the same questions. And the woman next to me, God bless you, whoever you were, if you're listening to this, hopefully you are, let us know that it was you. She elbows me, and she goes, "Get ready." I go, "Get ready for what?" She goes, "You're going on stage." I go, "What? What do you?" She goes, "I've been to a lot of these shows. She's going to come back and ask you to go on stage."
Did you get numb? Nervous
I got scared.
Yeah.
I did get what we talked about earlier. Do I get
yeah,
scared?
yeah.
I got scared. I had a jacket on. I'm trusting her. She's not. Who's going to lie about this? So I'm trusting what she's saying. I take the jacket off and I put it down. I'm getting ready. Now I'm like, oh my god, man. And trust me, a million things are going through my brain. No. Oh, that's what she said. I said, "To do what?" She goes, "Sing and dance." I go, "I can sing, but I can't dance. I can't. I need a microphone stand pretty much at all times." That's my dance partner. So I went to so sure enough, Darrell, come on upstage. Come here. I go upstairs. And now I'm very thankful for that woman that gave me a heads up, because I got a moment to get through my terrifiedness to be
prepare
ready.
a little
so
bit.
Thank you to the woman to my left. So sure enough, before somebody starts recording, because thank God some people started recording this, but before they started recording, she had asked me to do something with a shake weight. Not a shake weight. What is it? Whatever they've got. Maybe it's a shake. I don't know.
Is it the
she
thing?
makes the not that thing.
Oh no,
right?
a shaker.
Nutrisystem.
Oh my god, for real?
Yes. So she's like doing this, and she goes dance, and I'm dancing, dance monkey dance. I'm dancing. Whatever she wants, I'm doing. It's okay. I know it's show, but so now I'm feeling this is a piece of show business that I'm now with, sharing the stage as a fan, as just a normal person, with Marie Osmond, and that's now some people start yelling from the crowd, "He's a singer! He's a singer!" And she's like, "Oh, you're a singer?" And I'm like, "A little bit." And that's pretty much when people start recording, because then people, thank you to everyone. That's when people realized it was me up there. It was Darrell Darrell. It was so I was still in Darrell mode. I was absolutely starstruck. But little by little, I started turning into DR, because now I'm enjoying myself.
Now you're in the zone.
Yeah. And when she says, "Put your arms around me," or around her waist, and I'm just like, oh, and that's so now when
so cool.
Easy, big fella.
When I started, that's when and what she was doing was she goes, and you can hear the piano play. So she's looking over, and I'm sorry if there's a long story. I'm sorry if you've heard it.
No,
before.
it's wicked interesting.
We love it.
She's looking over my left shoulder at her band leader. Okay, her band leader is the pianist. I bet you. Is that me again?
Mm.
Is it my other phone?
No, it was me.
Oh,
God. Nice going, Rachel.
No, it was me.
No, not me.
I swear to God, I tried.
Showing
I
his
should
used
have
to
done
bloopers.
that. I should have done that. I like this. Love
Shout out to my wife.
Thank you. Thank you. So now I'm starting to enjoy myself. I'm letting loose a little bit. And when she goes, she was going to sing "Crazy" by Patsy Cline.
Mhm.
I know that now because she goes, "I'm crazy," and she goes, "No, let's do, since you're a singer." And she's looking over my shoulder at her keyboard player. And that's when I say, that's okay. We can keep stalling. And that's when I first realized, okay, I'm switching. I'm switching over, because that's being on stage for so many years. Now I'm bantering. I'm enjoying.
You're a showman now.
I'm turning there.
Yeah.
You've seen the video. He's
Oh,
hilarious.
yeah.
So I got my arms around her, and she goes, "Look me in my eyes," and that's wonderful. So then when she does Blue Christmas. When she comes to me for the first time with the microphone, I don't even know what I sang. It was horrible, but it wasn't me singing.
Mm-hmm.
It was me trying to sing. The minute that came out of my voice, I said, nope. I looked up, my eye caught the spotlights that were coming down. That's all I needed. That's all I needed. I just needed the spotlights to hit these eyes for a second, and I switched. So when she comes back to me, she goes, "You can go down an octave." I have no idea what an octave is. I really don't. I kind of have a clue, but I've never played anything. I don't know. I think I know what an octave is. I probably don't. And I already knew that I was going to sing the way I know how to sing. Whether it was going to be good or not, I had no clue, but that's when I did. So if you ever get a chance to watch this video,
I sure
is that still on social media out there?
Yeah.
Because if you don't mind, I'll probably do like an edited version of all this, and I want to throw that clip in there after this story.
Yeah.
I share it every year at Christmas time because it took place at Christmas time.
Yeah.
And it's a big hit every year.
It's ridiculous.
If it makes people happy, that's
how
all
old
I
is
care
that?
about.
Would you 18?
2017, I think.
So it's 8 years old.
I can't believe it's that long ago.
Yeah, and mom and dad.
And I laugh every time I watch.
I do too.
And I message you.
I know it's me, but I laugh and I smile.
And I message you. I go, "You're a funny motherfucker."
I've been lucky, and I've been on stage for so long that I feel comfortable on stage. I feel at home on stage. I feel at home in front of people and talking, and yes, it's the attention, but it's part of who I am.
You're still enjoying it, though, right?
I can't deny
you get up there,
it.
You love it every time you're there.
I missed it. I'm glad I'm back.
He's growing it back one more time.
But I wanted to tell you, so if you get a chance to watch, the third line that I sang, I ended off with a growl, like a Bon Jovi, the growl. I ended off with a growl, and you hear her start her next line with a growl. So she recognized it and came back with it, and that's when I felt like I was in show business for a moment. I felt like I was in show business with Marie Osmond.
Speaking the same language.
Yeah.
That's exactly
she got it, and I was giving it to her, and it caught her off guard. And if you ever get a chance to watch, just watch her. Don't watch me at all. Watch her, which probably shouldn't be difficult. Watch her. She leads me through the entire thing. She was a professional.
Polished to no end, right?
Unbelievable. Mm-hmm. That's why at the very end, she's like, "Get down, she's going, do Elvis. I'm like, what? And that's why I'm looking, I'm like, what? She goes, "Do Elvis." And she steps back. When I get on my knee and I do, just like, she's looking at me, and then she looks at, and when I hit the note and I hit it, she looks at her keyboardist, and she's like, there it is. He got it. He got it. So anyhow, super long story. Sorry about that.
Is she stunning? Is she as stunning in person?
She is stunning. I have no idea what witchcraft they're using out there. They don't live where we live. Let's put it.
They're in the beauty business. I mean, there's all kinds of beauty companies out there that keep these. They don't
live the hard life that we live.
You got her number, and they text off.
We do. She's very nice. She's a good texter. But
she's a good
texter. She smells like warm sugar cookies.
Oh.
Can you smell that through text?
You can. You can. I got the fancy Hollywood phone they sent me.
I got you.
So I think I when I made her laugh, and she doubled over in laughter, and yeah. If that's my brief touch with that side of the world, it's all I could ever ask.
When you watched that the next morning, you had to be flying high.
I'm still flying high.
Yeah.
You watch it every year, right?
I don't post it.
I post it.
But I can find that.
I think it would be
easy.
like too much. Look at me if I posted it.
I would share the shit out of it every day. But
don't get me wrong. I want to do that, but I can't bring myself to do that. So when
How does
you
Kurt
post
find
it,
How does Kurt find it?
if you just go, the easiest way is if you go to YouTube and type in Marie Osmond plus Verona.
okay.
Marie Osmond plus Verona.
I looked for it on your Facebook page and the
I will
writer
not.
page.
I'll send it to you.
Yeah, okay, I didn't see it there because I'm going to do an edited down version of this, make you look killer.
Yeah, so that is how you see Darrell turn into DR in
The evolution.
yeah. Once my eye caught the spotlight coming down on us, that's what I needed to hit the switch, and it was great.
It's amazing.
Right, yeah. So but you've had that. You've been under the spotlights now.
Yes. I'm actually going to MC a big event called Catstock in May 10th.
Where?
Oh, Night American Legion.
Who's playing?
6 bands. A bunch of people.
Bunch of people.
And then it got acoustic inside.
Acoustic is beautiful.
D-Dub's playing.
I'm playing.
D-Dub.
DW.
D-Dub.
Who's
I thought
D-Dub?
you knew D-Dub.
I know D-Dub. Yes. Oh my God.
Before
This is our first time meeting, by the way.
Yeah.
Officially.
Dude, I'm glad you're here, man.
Yes. Thank you
Easy
for
to
having
talk
me.
to. Listen, I wanted to ask you this question for a long time. He's got nice tits. 3-inch Fury. How'd you come up with that band name 3-inch Fury? And I had my.
Oh, no.
Listen, I have a theory on that, and I have a theory on RYDHER.
I'm going to go eat.
RYDHER. No, but I want to know where 3-inch Fury came from. That name is killer.
You want me to tell a story?
You might. I think. Yeah. It literally was. We had a show coming up. I think with.
You'll like this.
Who do we have the show with? One Heart Crank. Shout out to One Heart Crank and the boys.
They're
Another
killer.
Monster. Dave King.
Monster.
And
Do you have any old Monster
Jake.
photos? He's looking for them. Did you ever
I
take
don't
photos?
know. Talk to Wayne.
All right.
Wayne's got everything. Wayne, you got to have Wayne on at some point. Wayne is history. Wayne has everything. What was the question? Oh, 3-inch Fury.
How'd you get the name?
Yeah, we had a show coming up, and we needed a name, and we were at Randy Barrington's house. Shout out to Randy. And he was the drummer, and we just needed a name. Now this is 2003, 2004, so there were alcohol was involved.
No.
Yeah. Which it generally is, and
Part water.
Part water, and stay hydrated.
Yes.
But yeah, so we went to a band name Generator. There was a computer. We had computers and
Commodore
64,
64.
right?
This is the part I know you're gonna like.
Atari 5200. I started on the 2600 anyway.
Generator.
So yeah, band name Generators, and I remember now I pray that other guys in the band would at some point tell me I'm right or wrong on this. I remember going upstairs, going on the computer and typing in names, and it would just spit out name after name after name after name, and just nothing was clicking. And if I remember correctly, something about Furious. See, this is a shitty story. I wish it was a better story.
Dude, I need to know the genesis of 3-inch Fury. I just need to know that.
You're finding it right now.
I need to
I wish it was a better story. I could tell lies. I used to say it's a medical condition. I don't want to talk about it.
You say, well, listen. You say my ex-girlfriend gave me that nickname.
There you go. So
Kurt's familiar. It's for busting my balls, Dad.
there you go.
Give it back. Yeah, I know it.
So Fury, and so we took Furious, moved it to Fury. Guys, help me out if you can, because I have no idea how we got to Inch Fury, but it was like 6-inch Fury. Now, if you're gonna go with that,
Might as well go 12-inch
Fury.
Fury.
Right, 12-inch Fury.
John Holmes Fury.
I think it got to like literally, we got to 18-inch Fury.
That's a lot of Fury.
That's a lot of Fury.
That is a lot of Fury
Well,
to
you
take.
got the 9-inch nails. Maybe that's what it was. Maybe something about, maybe that's part of it. But it got to the ridiculousness and then went to, kicked it, we're like, no, that's stupid. The whole thing's stupid. But take it back to 2-inch Fury.
Didn't sound
I
right.
remember somebody said, maybe me, maybe one of the other guys said 3-inch Fury. Said 3-inch Fury. I remember we all laughed. Done. That's it. It made us laugh. Maybe it'll make other people laugh.
Oh, you definitely don't forget that. You know what I mean? You hear 3-inch Fury, that's a killer
what you
name.
want to do, Darrell.
I thank you. Because
Yeah.
I know that my parents were never thrilled about the name.
What do
My
you
dad would say 3IF. He would say 3. But I love so many people said, I heard your band's name and I had to go see what you guys did.
It's easy to sell merch too when you got a cool name like that.
Yeah, and Garrett did the logo, did a phenomenal logo, and my God. So yeah, that is where 3-inch Fury got its name off of. Started with a band name generator and just took it to the nth degree, to the stupid part, brought it all the way back, and then
Having a few beers, goofing around on the Commodore 64,
That's
and
all.
I come up with 3-inch Fury.
that's all.
Now let's talk about how Ryder got started. I stayed in touch with you after 3-inch Fury ended.
Yep.
The world happened.
Yep.
That's how we're going to phrase that,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
The world happened. I talked to you through your dark time.
Yep.
I was there for you. I
Yep.
love you like family, just like this guy.
Yeah.
And
He's looking me deep in my eyes.
deep in my eyes. You got to do that, man.
Don't
That's
kiss
the
him,
connection.
Rick.
No. But, and I always told you I was this much part of this much to get you to come back. I said,
Yeah,
Darrell, you got
absolutely.
to come back. You got to come
Absolutely.
back.
Well, you're part of this.
Yes, yes.
You
Yeah.
wanted me
I'm this
to
girl.
grow this back, so
Yeah.
so we're doing that.
Yeah, so share with Kurt how Ryder got started.
Okay. Oh, the band name or the band?
The
The
band
whole band.
itself.
The band.
I got a theory on the name, but I'll talk about that after.
It did not happen the way it should have and the way it could have. My apologies for it not going correctly. But the band got put together. I didn't want to be in a band. Did we end?
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
you're at 20%.
We're doing okay. Am I still in there?
Yeah.
So there's the attention. Ryder didn't get put together the perfect way by any means, but we got. I wasn't doing anything, and I didn't want to do anything. I was not a fan of where the world was. I did not. I have my strong beliefs and feelings on a lot of things that happened during the past bunch of years, and I was not happy about it, and it put me into a dark place.
A lot of people share that sentiment, I'm sure, yeah.
Yes. And I want people, when the people see, I want people to have fun. Ultimately, I'm not one side, the other side. I just want people to live a great life and enjoy themselves.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I can have my feelings and my beliefs, but I'm not going to impose on anybody else. I just want to give you and everybody else a fun night. That's all I want to do.
June 20th is coming. I'm going to be at DiMatteo.
Di Matteo.
DiMatteo, my bad.
Yes. I don't know. He could.
Another chillin'
He could
whooper.
tell us. Yes. He
Yeah.
could. Well, he could. He told me personally it's Di Matteo's.
Well, everybody says DiMatteo.
I know they do.
It's not my fault.
So
I'm not calling it DiMatteos ever in my life.
Di Matteo's. Oh my God.
DiMatteo.
Deep fried tomatoes.
DiMatteo's.
Yeah.
So they. Really didn't want to do anything. I wasn't feeling good. Bless the people that were around me during that time because I was not pleasant to be around. Probably still am not extremely pleasant, but I try. I do my best, so we all do. And so they wanted me to be in the band, and it took a while to convince me and myself to do this again. Now, the people that were around me wanted me to sing again. They knew I was miserable. They knew I wasn't happy. But I didn't. When I sang one time for everybody that had to sit down and wear masks, it broke my heart. It broke RYDHER's heart.
Mm-hmm.
Darrell White's heart was already broke, but singing, performing for people that were forced to sit down and wear masks and
Don't dance.
Yeah, it broke my heart, and I never wanted to do it again. We had to finish, and I didn't want to do that anymore. That it felt so dirty to me to be doing all this happiness while these people are not happy, and they weren't allowed to be happy. It was like Footloose.
It was a great experiment.
It was
we were
horrifying.
the rats.
It was horrible. I'll never forgive or forget. But anyhow, we move on. So those guys, they wanted me to do something, and two things. There's a guy named Hardy, Hardy. He's a country singer, but his music is country and like 90s rock.
Seen him live. He's great. No, we didn't. He was there, but he didn't play that. But anyway, go ahead.
Yeah.
He's great.
Yeah, he made me start liking music again. His stuff still speaks to me. Spoke to me, speaks to me. That made me feel good again. If you get a chance, let's go see Hardy. He's amazing.
He's killer.
He's killer, and he's real. Again, it's like we're in this generation of musicians where you don't have to be pretty boy anymore. You don't have to be GQ guy, and you could still be a star. Mm-hmm. And I love that.
But he has that star quality.
He does. He's got it in him.
And those guys, and
he's a producer, and a singer, and a
Morgan
songwriter.
Wallen, all those guys.
Yes. Yeah.
I mean, that circle of friends that they have, they
Rainey
just
Wilson,
support each other and
Ernest.
bring each. Oh, they're all together.
Yes. So
yeah,
I love that made me feel good again, and I was. I'll tell you. I don't know if I told you. I was driving on Hiawatha Boulevard. I still wasn't in the band. I still wasn't really feeling it. And I have no idea why I was flipping on the radio. I never listen to the radio. It sounds like a bullshit story. It's a true story. I was flipping around on the radio, which I never do. Something popped up on the radio. I just started listening to it, and I don't know if it was a Christian channel. I don't know what it was, but the guy said, they were talking, and one guy said, if God gave you a gift to make people happy and you're not doing it, you're being selfish. And that hit real hard. And I'm like, okay, everything for a reason. Okay.
Darrell's like, I got it.
Okay. It's not a bullshit story. It's an absolute true story. It's bringing a little tear to my eye right now. So that was real. And the people around me, they're like, we've been telling you. I'm like, I know, but I wasn't there yet. So thank you to everybody that. So anyhow, so I got into the band with them.
When did you call them and tell them you were in? That day? Did you call somebody and say,
I think I did.
I'm in.
I think literally I took a right turn and a left turn, and I texted one of the guys. I think it was Ricky. I think it was the drummer. I was like, okay, I'll try. Because I was being honest. I had no idea if I could sing anymore. I had no idea. I hadn't sang in years.
He was on the show for 3 years.
Mm-hmm. That's a long time.
Yeah. And so I didn't know. And in the meantime, I got together with them, and we rehearsed. And they were like, okay, let's go. And I'm like, no, you don't. I was like, I sound terrible. No, you sound great. I know if I sound good or if I don't sound good. They wanted me to sound good, but I know I didn't sound good.
They were in a big hurry just to get out there.
They were in a hurry to get out there. And I knew that I was not good yet. And then one time I had a practice that felt right. I'm like, okay, all right, now, okay. I still wanted to put it off another year. They tease me all the time because I'm like, I didn't want to do it yet. Let's wait until like a year. We got to show this. I'm like,
we already booked 4 shows next week.
Shit. Okay. All right. Now I'm in.
Now it's real.
Now it's real.
Yep.
So we need a name.
So you went to the computer generator.
The computer generator, Commodore 128. And so needed a name. They wanted it to be one word. I don't know why, but I think it's because it was always under the gun. 4 large men.
Always 3 words.
3 inch fury.
Yeah.
It's always 3 words. So they want it to be one name. I promise you. I promise you. So it's again more bullshit. It's not bullshit. I looked so hard for one word, for a one-word band name, and everything I could possibly come up with has already been taken. And there's already websites for that band. There's already everything that I could possibly
give examples. What was it narrowed down to?
I'd have to go back to my phone because
okay.
I was literally going through everything and desperately trying to. There was a couple. I think one was like nuisance children, or there was something about never growing up, or because I still don't feel grown up.
No, I don't either.
I don't feel.
It's a good way to be.
I don't feel grown up.
Arrested development. That's what we call that.
Yes, right. So there was a couple things of playing on those words. And I couldn't find anything. And I don't know if it was me. I don't know what it was. Again, alcohol wasn't involved, but it's cloudy. I have no idea why. But Ryder was always my stage name, last name. And yeah, I think you guys. But so anyway, Ryder was always my last name. I was like, what about Ryder? Just because Bon Jovi is John Bon Jovi is his real last name is Bon Jovi, but Bon Jovi. I was like, Ryder. I mean, he got away with it. Should we try and get away with it? And they were like, yeah. And I brought it up to Garrett, and he was like, yeah, I already got I can do a logo, in no time. So that was it. That was it. It seemed to me, it seemed slightly egotistical, which I don't want it to be. It just seemed like the right name at the right time for the right thing.
Oh, it's a killer name, but I look at it like 3 inch fury. And I was talking to Heather about this last night. The way it's spelled and the way you say it, RYDHER.
Yeah.
It's sexual. You know what I mean?
Nobody ever put that together.
I did last night.
Right. Nobody. It's been on, I think, since Zealous.
So I was right in my theory?
No. Yes.
Okay.
He's a pig.
Yeah, RYDHER.
No, hold on. Because Gen X, 1980 something DR came up with that.
Yeah.
I used to, so if you remember the phone book.
Oh my God, what's that?
I'm going to run through this. When I was in Overdrive, my name was Darrell White. Well, my dad's name is Darrell White. So when you are a singer or a band person or anything back in those days, girls will like you. Girls will flock to you.
You do it for the chicks.
So
Right?
the girls would call my parents' house at night and be laughing and giggling and being girls, and of course I thought it was awesome. My mom, not so much. She was like, "Can you do anything?" I was like, "What do you want me to?" I was like, "What do you want me to do?" Excuse me. They're looking the name up and it's in the phone book and they're calling my parents' house, and I said, "I can come up with a stage name." I said, "Can you do that?" I'm like, "Yes." So DR stands for Darrell Robert. That's my first name, middle name. And my family always called me Darrell Robert or DR.
Mm-hmm.
Little Darrell, also, because big Darrell.
Right.
So, okay, we got that part. We got the DR
We're narrowing it down.
part.
We're narrowing it down.
Okay, so now we need a last name. I loved it because Faster Pussycat, who I mentioned earlier, Tame Me Down. Do you remember Faster Pussycat? Do you know how his last name is spelled?
Not off the top of my head.
It's TAI. So what kind of food did I just mention? If you just saw TAI, how would you pronounce that?
Tie.
Me down. Thank you. There you go.
That's rock and roll.
Thank you. So for whatever reason, I have no idea. I'm terrible with certain things, but I figured RYDHER. It was funny.
See, rather, I was right.
You're right.
It's on camera too.
Yeah, that's right.
There you go.
He's filthy.
So nobody ever understood it until it was plastered on this big backdrop, and then you could.
It's on the back of a T-shirt that I own,
It is.
like this big.
So it always made me laugh because nobody else got it. Rarely nobody even knows about Tie Me Down.
Mhm.
So it always made me laugh, but nobody else got it. So, but now that it's emblazoned,
Now you see it.
Can you help me make Joan perverted? Oh,
Yes. probably alcohol's gonna have to be involved. But,
I'll text you.
so that's you got it all.
That's
got
awesome.
It all. Does that answer?
Oh, yeah.
That answer
I was
it?
hoping I was right because we were talking about it last night. And I'm like, dude, I'm telling you, I got to ask him about this. I think that's what it is. RYDHER.
Yes.
Boom. There we go. Freaking kick ass.
It was fun, and it's still fun. And that's what we did. We had fun, and we still have fun.
But that dark time sucked. But that's what I got to know you for who you are.
Yes.
During that
Yes.
dark time, we became really good
This
friends.
and this is still who I am. So it's when you kick on that spotlight and you put the microphone in my hand that
it's therapy, isn't it?
it's beautiful.
Yeah.
And that's what I worry about that's why I also understand is why a lot of musicians that are no longer here or have gone through hard times is because that is a drug that you can't find anywhere. You can't buy that drug. You can't find that drug. So a lot of people that are in front of 20,000 people, and then they get whisked away into a limousine, and they're by themselves, and especially just speaking up for the lead singers, especially the lead singer, because you got to take care of your voice, because millions and millions, at least, I mean, for me it's hundreds of dollars, but for them it's millions of dollars depend on their voice and not being sick. So those guys got to get whisked out of there. And it's the same for anybody, but yeah, it's a drug that you can't find anywhere else. So when you can't get that drug, you go into a dark place.
Oh yeah, you missed that high.
So it wasn't bad enough that the world was kind of really beyond crappy at that time, but then me not singing and not having that exchange to recharge my batteries.
Yeah.
Darrell went dark.
Woo! It was bad.
Yeah.
It was bad, but we're back.
We're back.
We're back.
And he's booked all year.
Yeah.
We are.
Go on the Chillin' page. I posted his full schedule. He is a proud sponsor of me. I love it.
I know.
Thank you.
What advice would you give to the younger generation coming up as far as music?
Don't care. Just be like we were.
Yeah.
There's no rule. There's almost no rules. Yes, you have to sound good. So work on your craft.
Practice, right? Practice.
Oh my God, practice. But also make it fun. Things develop. Nothing that's ever what you start out with is rarely ever what you finish with. It's you playing, and then oh my God, that was good, and you bounce off each other, and you find this is for are we talking about for original acts?
Anything. Just playing with your friends and like you said, honing your craft, and hopefully getting out there and playing in front of people and actually feeling that high. You know what I mean? Once that bites you, you're hooked.
Adrenaline.
I always said it's always,
you are hooked.
If you ever see me on stage, I'll do this every once in a while. It's like
The Rock does
in,
that.
it's in the blood. It's in there, and you can't. And that's I don't know. It's a frequency that we are blessed to get involved in that you can't. And getting on stage in front of people, I guess it's ego. It's being willing to get in front of people, and thank God that we have people like that. Because
you're, lack of a better term, and I am too, show off. You know, like be kind of the center of attention. Like
I don't know anything about
I don't
that.
like him telling things like this because it's honesty.
No, that's what it is. But
I think you self-introspection.
No, but you have to have that to project that to get the feedback from the crowd and make those people feel like you're the star you are.
For those particular, I don't live what these guys. I didn't live what they lived, but I sure as hell felt it.
Mm-hmm.
what came across from these albums, these vinyls, these and the cassette tapes, and then the CDs, it speaks to you. Still, like I said, with Hardy, with Butch Walker, that stuff speaks to you, and it makes sense. And just have fun. If you're starting out in anything you do it to the best
Be
of
the
your
best
ability.
at it. Yeah.
Why not? Why wouldn't you? Why are you going to half-ass it? I wish this. I'm sorry, but I wish this. These generations would. I know I sound old. I'm sorry, but don't be so boring. Be fun. Live life.
Don't take yourself so freaking serious all the time.
Right. God damn it.
The best people live the best lives because they don't care what other people think.
That's exactly.
Now,
right.
do I care what people? Of course, I care what people think. But when I'm on stage, it's anything goes.
As long as you're a good person,
time,
just
right?
be you. That's it.
Yeah. Unapologetically.
Don't be a dick. Just be a nice guy and have fun.
Yep.
I couldn't. There you go.
That's all it is.
There you go. It really is. It's a playground for adults.
I'm so glad you two got to meet today.
Of course. Thank you for making it happen.
Yes, I do what I can. Some people ask me all the time, "Are you still involved in that Gen X podcast?" I'm very involved with it, but I just don't have the time to do it like me and Kurt wanted to do it originally. And we didn't want it to be a rip-off of Chillin' either because Kurt's doing his own thing, and I'm very proud of him for what he's made it.
Yes.
Because Kurt, you always wanted your own podcast.
Oh, I got it.
And I'm not going to tell the story how that started because that's another hour. But anyway, Kurt's doing what he does with it, and once in a while I'll jump in and be like, Kurt, you should get a guest. And we go with it. And who better than you?
I'm happy to be here.
And this dude drove all the way from Syracuse today, so that's not right down the road.
It is. I remember when I was Gen X, young kid, driving to and from see my to-be wife out in Mexico. I'm like, Mexico's a million miles away. Now it's like it's just hop,
skip, and a jump.
Yeah, when you're older, it's like it's right out.
What was it, a 40-minute drive?
It's like 40 minutes from Syracuse. But back in those days, like, oh my God, I'm gonna have to stop for the night, on the way out there. So, but it's been a great. Yeah, I want to go back to that. I think that was the coolest part was, just not worrying about it, especially if you're young. It's a lot easier to not worry when you're young, but don't worry about it. Just make your voice heard, make your guitar heard, just have fun, make music and have fun doing it. I don't care if you only perform for your two friends. You're still gonna feel amazing, and they're gonna love it. As long as you don't suck, they're gonna love it, and they're gonna say, "Oh my God,
they're gonna be amazed by it." Well, do you remember the first when you sat and when you first rehearsed with other musicians? And you got a song out, and it sounded like something. The excitement you felt.
Yeah.
We can actually do something like this.
That was the first time I ever heard myself on the radio.
Oh, that's got to be amazing.
Zealous. The other side of love. Garrett wrote it, and Zealous performed it. Unfortunately, we had lost our guitar player in the studio. He ceased to be in the band. He was out. Dave King came in and played the guitar solo. I would love to hear the song someday. I gotta find it. I have a recording on a cassette tape.
I'd like to hear
recorded
shit
off
out
the
of
radio. And I heard that. They put it on. It wasn't Crank It or Spank It. Maybe it was Crank It or Spank It. Whatever.
However you do it.
However you do it. So anyhow,
having fun.
That's to hear yourself on the radio. Every person wants. Maybe I don't know if people listen to the radio. Or did I die?
Nope, Kurt.
I died.
That's not good.
That was me. I think it was me.
Oh,
That's mine right there. Is that still on?
Okay.
Hopefully everybody popped over.
Yeah, hop over to.
We still got sites going.
I said I was going to keep this to 45 minutes.
We'll wrap it up here.
I did. Only because I don't want to. If I get the chance to talk about me, I'm going to talk about me. And I desperately want to keep myself from being an ass.
Okay,
So,
I have one more question, then we can wrap this up so we can all.
we'll have to come back.
Yeah, we'll do it again, and I got many more questions.
In warmer weather.
I don't care.
How do you? And I'm asking for personal reasons, because my memory effing sucks. Anybody I play, like, sit down and play with, I can't remember lyrics to save my life. How do you remember all the lyrics to all those songs? Do you use a monitor at all? Like,
No, but I respect. It's a lot of songs. It's a lot of songs over a lot of years. I will tell my secret. Is I have a set list, and the people that are up front, they can see my set list. They have no clue what they're looking at.
so you have the beginning of a verse, and that takes you
the first word of the verse.
Okay.
And the first word. So it says like I'm trying to think of a song.
Summer of '69, for an example.
So Summer of '69, it just says 60. My set list, their set list says Summer of '69.
Mm-hmm.
My set list just says 69. I try and reduce it, so I'm just looking at that, and so I put 69 - 6 string. I got my first real 6 string, and then the second verse. So then I've got I don't know if you're looking in that direction. Then I have the first word or something off of the next
Okay,
verse.
that makes sense.
It's how I've been able to get by, because I'm still a human being, and I as much as I'm singing and performing, I'm also watching everybody.
Mm-hmm.
I'm also I can see if there's a problem. I can also see what's happening at the bar. I can, my I don't know if it's OCD or whatever, ADHD, whatever it is. So while I'm still playing, I'm still seeing things that's going on all around me. So at times I will get lost. And especially if it's a new song that I haven't done for a while, or I haven't done it the first time, I'll have to. I might look down just to catch up where I'm at, and I'll.
Yeah.
So I actually do that as I'm doing that list. I will go through. I'll put the song on my phone, and I'll be listening to it, and then there's a key word every once in a while. There's a key word that my brain hits on, and I'm like, all right, that's. In order for me, if I get lost, in order to come back to where I'm at, I need that word.
Yeah. So I'm so glad that you said that, because I'm like, he's got superpowers to remember all these freaking lyrics. Because I can't. There's only a handful of songs that I can play all the way through and know every word.
Yeah.
For the most part, I need something there.
There's nothing wrong with it. I totally. Do I like the iPads right in front of people? No, I don't. But I can't say anything because I've got my own little cheat sheet.
But a lot of guys use those wedge monitors. They look like audio monitors,
right?
And you don't even know. Like Steven Tyler actually uses them. If you watch these big shows on TV, they get the right camera angle. You see the
Frank
lyrics.
Sinatra was using them. Ozzy uses them. There's local guys that use them. I totally understand it. I get it. I'm probably jealous.
You're doing it the old school way.
I'm doing it the old school way. I don't have the in-ears. Everybody wants me to do in-ears. I'm like, I got a couple years left of doing this. If I've got tinnitus, I've got tinnitus. I think I've got good ears still, but I just like old school. I like to feel it. And if I put in-ears in, then
you feel disconnected?
I'm disconnected from the people.
What type of mix do you like through your monitor?
Don't care.
Is it the whole blend of the whole?
Billy does it, the Fair Play, and all these other guys that I've had the pleasure of working with. They know what I like, which I don't even know what I like. Usually if I need more of me, I'll just me more of me.
Do you like a lot of you in the monitor?
That's a great question.
That's a good thing we don't do these often.
I do. I like to. I'm going to say it out loud. I like to hear myself.
Yeah,
That being the case, I do not like listening to myself. I sent you the Never Say Goodbye the other day because I actually think I did it justice.
You did.
And I thought it sounded good.
It sounded great.
Marie Osmond thing, I can listen to that because of the whole thing. But if you show me any other video of me ever, I kind of cringe, and I know that's like actors can't watch themselves act, and so I get it. I don't like listening, but the fact that you like hearing my voice, that's all I could ask for.
There are a lot of
That's
people.
all I could ask for.
Dude, you,
Like your
by far, and I'm not saying this because you're sitting right here, you are my favorite vocalist of this area. But believe me, and you're not going to find a bigger music fan. National, regional, local, I like it all. I appreciate you 110 fucking percent, brother.
Thank you, because it feels. Because I never talk. That's stuff that I don't ever talk about. But to know that people, because I know what it's like when I hear people's voices that I like.
I know.
And if I'm blessed, that it makes people that hearing the voice. I don't know. It's a gravelly voice. It's the Bon Jovi, Bryan Adams. I sing some Journey songs now.
Nice.
And I always say it's like Bon Jovi singing Journey. if I would be so bold to even say that, but it works. And yeah, I feel lucky, and I'm happy that I can sing, and I'm happy that I'm back. Took a little while for me to get my mind right, but we're back and we're having fun. So please come out and see RYDHER. I know there's a ton of people that don't go out anymore. I get it. I absolutely get it. The fact that anybody comes to any show ever.
If the show starts past 10, old guys like me are not there, by the way.
Kurt, we'll make an exception for you.
Usually shows, and I get that, and that's why bars have now changed their hours. A lot of stuff is either 6 to 9, 7 to 10, or 8 to 11.
That's
maybe
good.
9 to midnight. Usually the 9 to midnight ones are out here, more out in the sticks a little bit, which I get. As I see the snow, and snow scares people off.
Not a Camden.
Snow scares people. I get it. So that is to go back to, do I get nervous? I just get nervous that are people going to show up? I love doing what I do, but I get nervous that the weather's going to keep people home, or something's going to keep people home, and I guess ultimately I just want to share this good feeling that I get with you, and I want you to enjoy it so much that you give it back, and that's that battery that happens between a crowd and a band is unbridled power.
Dude, some of the memories I have, my wife and I have, your band is part of that.
Jesus.
We look back on some of the Janie Lane thing at Scriba and all that, other places, the fair, Balloon Fest. You're part of the soundtrack of our lives.
That's big, man.
No, for real. It's not even a joke. And I'm very picky about what I like. You're just that guy.
Well, the music was already there.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody else did all the hard.
But how you deliver it, though, is important. There's a million bands that play that stuff. But the way you deliver it and the way all the boys on that stage deliver it are killer.
And that's...
It speaks the truth.
I can sing, but to have quality guys around me.
All amazing.
And to... you said Marky's coming on yours?
It's not official yet.
Okay. Well, to have Josh and Greg, and in this band, to have Josh, Greg...
Marky did agree
Rick.
to do it, yes, but we just haven't set the date.
Yeah, to have those guys, those guys a long time, except for Josh. God bless Josh. He's doing phenomenal. He's 26.
He's young.
He's
kid
young.
compared to us.
And just to watch him continue to evolve.
He's going to learn a lot with you guys.
I hope so.
He will.
I want to leave him in a much better position and to help lead. I talked to him the other night when I was saying when you and I are doing When the Children Cry, it's not just a song to me. It's the song means more. And then I'm like, and I'm doing it with you, and you're so young, and you're the next generation of this. You're what's going to take this further when I'm done, when we're done. And so I'm JT originally started out with RYDHER. Love JT. And it didn't. He had other stuff that he had to do. Totally understandable. But that allowed, and I know JT feels this way. That allowed Josh to come on board.
Mm-hmm.
And it's so cool to have this, like, to look to my right, and there's this young kid sitting there, and he's shredding, and it's like, it just feels great that music that we love is in him.
Yeah.
And he gets it.
He was raised right.
He was raised right.
There's no doubt about it.
He
Raised on the shit.
Great parents and a bonus parent, and it's awesome. It's awesome, and that's Gen X is about, really just about. I think I posted it the other day. I think I said what Gen X encompasses, but it's just have fun.
It's your profile picture, isn't it?
It is. But just, goddamn, why did we stop having fun? I think we got into this prison.
We got to wrap this up, guys, before we have 3 dead phones.
Okay.
Darrell,
all right. I tried. I would have kept
man.
it to 45 minutes.
No, I could sit here for another 2 hours and talk to you.
Me too.
Because I could talk about music for days.
And we will.
And we're going to do this again. Next time we'll do it by the pool when it's nice out.
What are you doing in July?
I'm sure for you guys I'm available. So
dude, I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Thank you, dude. Thank you for having me.
So I'll buy you a beer when I'll come out and see you next time for sure.
It's a shot of anything.
I'll do a shot with you.
I don't drink off stage. I don't, but on stage, it's game on.
I'll buy you a shot. We'll go old school. Do Dr. McGillicuddy or
done.
You know what I'm saying?
Where else did you see us? Or you saw Fury?
Oh, a bunch of different times.
Yeah.
Strange Fury. We haven't seen RYDHER yet.
Yeah.
We haven't made it out
You're
there.
going to.
We'll see RYDHER for sure. But dude, thank you so much. You're a better dude than I expected you to be.
What did you say? What did you say?
All lies.
I said you're an ass.
Thanks, brother. Appreciate you so much.
Thank you for
go Birds. Who you
anybody
rooting
that
for?
stayed all the way. Thank
Who
you.
you rooting for? The Eagles, right?
I am rooting for the
Yes.
Eagles. Gonna go. Bye.